provided for me, even though it was there to guide me and make me a better person. Thought I knew better than my own parents did. Go figure. Got involved with the wrong people, and at 19, got my first snort of dope. One snort turned into a teener, turned into an 8-ball, turned into, good Lord, how is he walking? Okay? Was not uncommon for me to go a good 5, 6, 7 days straight. Not a problem. So geeked out of my mind that I was afraid to go to sleep, thinking I was never going to wake up again. Literally hearing demons talking to me, telling me how happy they are to know me, and that they love me, and they're willing to do what nobody else would, and that's just be there for me. To rewind a little bit, when I was 10 years old, I had a cousin who was taken from me in a car accident. She was my best friend. My daughter's even named after her. Okay? I find myself at 22 years old. If any of you are familiar with Fresno, Clovis area, you know it, the freeway of 168 at Shaw Avenue, there's an off-ramp right there. I lived in a bush right at that off-ramp as they were building it. And I heard my dead cousin crying, telling me why. Why are you doing this? You're better than this. And that's when I knew I needed to change. So I called my grandfather. My grandfather lived here in Madera. He actually owned a carpet store right next to the Yum Yum Donuts here. And he picked me up, no questions asked. Asked me, what do you need of me? I said, lock me in a room and don't let me out. And there I got sober. Well, I thought I got sober. Because as any other addict knows, there's relapse. I made it maybe 6 months. Then I heard that voice. Come on back. Let's talk for a minute. Come on, all your friends are over here. Let's see what's up. And there I go again. Homeless. Always vowed that I would never steal from a friend. So I thought it was better to break into the dope dealer's house himself. Never got caught, luckily. And basically I should be dead 4 or 5 times over by now, but something kept me here. Whole time not realizing what that something was. Always felt the pull. Now mind you, I come from a Portuguese family. Okay, my family is old school Catholic. Now you want to talk about walks of God, nothing worse than a 4'8" Portuguese woman yelling at you. I call her grandma. Now, all of that said, I went through my struggles. I went through everything, hating the world. Okay? I'm comfortable enough through Christ to say I was 6 years old and raped by my uncle. That is why the drug addiction came. That is why I made the choices that I made. It wasn't because of the way my parents raised me. It wasn't because of, I know better than everybody. Okay? Bottom line, I made my choices and I refuse to take the blame for my choices. Okay? Now, I'm not saying this to have people feel sorry for me. That's not what I'm about. I don't need people's pity. Okay? Because I'm happy to say I'm 35 years old. My walk to Christ started 2 years ago. And I ain't looking back. My mother, who was raised Catholic, goes to the same church as me. She wanted to know what church grabbed me, what church got a hold of me. Okay? I have since been off dope for 10 years, 6 years, something like that. It's been a long time. So long, I don't even need to count anymore. I don't think about it. All right? A year ago, as ironic as it would be, I was the manager at a stuffed pipe in Fresno. Okay? I was clean, sober, walking with Christ, and being the ultimate hypocrite. I'm selling sin to people. I'm selling pizzos. I'm selling bongs. I'm selling rolling papers. I'm selling blunt wraps. I'm selling pornography. And I actually have the nerve to go home and look at my beautiful daughter in the face. Well, as fate would have it, I got hooked up with some people at church, very good people, who owned a business, and they were looking for help. I got hired. Now I'm proud to say that I work for a Christian-owned and operated company. Okay? Reason why I'm saying this is because if you give him the chance, Christ will always be there. He may not be there when you want him, but he'll be there just at the right time. I had to learn my lessons. I like to say that I had to walk through the bowels of hell to actually realize and appreciate the gifts that I've received. I have an awesome church. I have awesome friends. I have a more awesome family. I no longer walk with addiction. I've even quit smoking cigarettes after 20 years. Okay? Bottom line, all things are possible through Christ who will strengthen you. Okay? Everything I've seen, everything that I've experienced, every bad scenario, it's real easy to feel sorry for yourself and throw the world's biggest pity party and not say, why are you doing this to me? Why are you letting this happen? A lot of people miss the boat when they say that, because you know what? God doesn't know bad. He doesn't do evil. All right? It's the enemy. God gives us the strength to persevere, to keep pushing forward. And that's the trick. You gotta keep pushing forward. That was the hardest thing for me to learn, is how to stand up, dust myself off, and keep going forward. All right? And once you get through that, once you mastered that, things don't seem that big of a deal anymore. Things aren't that hard. Things aren't that tough. Problems come. Lord, you know what? I'm just going to give it up to you. Praise you. Thank you. All things. You know, no weapon formed. Okay? That's pretty much a family motto in my house. We have that up on our fridge. No weapon formed, because you know what? It's true. Okay? It is true. Like I said, I've seen things. I've done things. I've done things I'm not proud of. I've had things that I wouldn't wish upon my worst enemy. And if you're one of those people out there who think that, oh, I've done too much dirt, I've done too much bad, God doesn't want me. You know what? You're the exact person He wants. He wants to, you're the one that He cries for. You're the one that He's saying, come to me. If He can do it for me, He can do it for anybody. Okay? It's a proven fact. And every day, my family, we face struggles. But what's funny is the struggles and the non-understanding, the people who want to doubt, the people who want to, oh, what, you're a Christian, so you're all holier than thou then. Dude, look at me. Do I look holier than thou? I'm all tatted up. I got Insane Clown Posse tattoos. How many saved guys can say that? You know? But I also have God's work across my knuckles. There's reasons why. You know, I had a very good friend who helped with my sobriety. He's a military veteran. Went overseas. Did multiple tours. Combat medic. Passed away a couple of months ago, of Lou Gehrig's disease. Hadn't seen him in years. And he was one of the people who was pushing for my sobriety. When he found out not only was I sober, that I was saved, he wanted to see me. Now, not many people know this, but I got a couple of people who know. I'm also a freelance tattoo artist. I was licensed the whole nine. And all my friend wanted was for me to tattoo Born Free across his knuckles. So I went to his house. And I tattooed this man as he's laying in his hospital bed with the breathing tube in his throat. Can't talk, but I'll tell you what, he was smiling that day. And I still will say to this day, it was the best tattoo I've ever done. And after that, God put it on me. He's like, you know what, you're going to do God's work. In one way, shape, or form. Whether it be when you go to the grocery store and somebody, inquires about your shirt, or compliments your cross that you're wearing, or anything, put God in it. Be bold about it. In your tattoo work, be bold about it. So that's my inspiration for having the tattoos across my knuckles. Now, interesting part of that story is maybe a month after I did that tattoo, my friend's wife texts me while I'm at work and says my friend was seeing a black shadow figure in the corner of his living room. And he's freaking out. And all she could do was call me. So I call my fiance. I'm like, babe, what do I do? She says, you need to go over there. You need to pray for him. And then self-doubt set in. I sat there and I'm like, no, I'm not a pastor. I did one men's group, y'all. That's it. You know what I'm saying? I spoke Christian pretty well, but I didn't think I didn't think my walk was that solid yet. That was the self-doubt. That was the enemy tapping me on the shoulder saying, no, you're not good enough yet. But my fiance kept saying, you need to go. You need to go. Go, go, go. So I went. And the whole time, even my bosses at work, like I said, I work for Christians. My boss, God bless her, took out the anointed oil, prayed for me, blessed my hands, and said, go. So I went over there, and it was put on me. And I kneeled at his side, and I asked him, may I pray the prayer of salvation for you? And he blinked yes. And I prayed for him. And at the end of that prayer, I asked him, do you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior? And he acknowledged. He said, yes, my friend died a saved man. He got to go sit at the right hand. He knows what it's like. Now I say to you, God may not show up when you want him to, but he does show up at just the right time. I hadn't seen this guy in years. And he took me, and he guided me to that house. I say this to you, again, I'm not here to tell a sob story. I just want people to know that no matter what you see, no matter what you do, it's never too late. Like I said, y'all, I'm 35 years old. I feel like I've wasted the first good chunk part of my life. No more. Every day that I get to walk with Christ is another day, another blessing, another thing that I can be proud of. It's another moment that I get to spend with my beautiful family, my beautiful friends, my church family. Okay, I'm looking forward to our wedding. I'm looking forward to many birthdays of my daughter. I'm looking forward to, God help me, walking her down the aisle when she's old enough. If it's possible for me, it's possible for you. Anything is possible. All you have to do is dig deep. Look in your heart and say, Lord, whatever you have of me, I will do. I give my life to you. And you got to mean it. That's the trick. You can't just be what I like to refer to as a store-bought Christian. Okay? Anybody can buy a t-shirt. Anybody can sit there when their Christian friends show up and say, oh, I need to get right with God. I need to start going to church. Yeah, well, you know what? Get your butt up and go to church. I don't care if it's the first service, second service, Saturday service. Go. Go. And every time it gets easier and easier and easier. Okay? Not only do you need to talk the talk, you need to walk the walk. You need to lead by example. And when people try to knock you down as a Christian, and they will, just look at them. Smile. Say, I love you and thank you, because now I have more to pray for. I have more to give it up to him for. Because you know what? The more haters you have, guess what? That means you're doing it right. That means people are noticing you and hating on you. Flip that hate, turn it into love, y'all. It's not hard. It's not hard. Just look at them, smile, and be like, oh, God bless you. In wrapping this up, share one more story with you and I'll be done. I know I'm long-winded. Thank you for dealing with me. I'm a little nervous if you can't tell. Thank you. When me and my beautiful fiance first started dating, I used to get these random people. And I kid you not, on 4 different occasions, people would randomly come up to me. One time was on our second date. These people would come up to me. And mind you, I wasn't saved yet. I wasn't going to church. I was wearing tank tops or wife beaters, looking all wannabe thugged out. I ain't no thug, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you right now. No, it's not me. It's not my style. But they would come up to me, and they would look at me, and they'd say, you know what, I just wanted you to know that Christ loves you. Out of nowhere. I wouldn't know these people, and I'm looking at these, and I'm like, man, these people are getting judged. They're judging me by the way I look. No, God was tapping me then. I was just too ignorant to realize. Man, I'm glad my God loves an idiot. Because I'll tell you what, I was the king of the idiots. I was king of the club. Okay? It wasn't until I humbled myself and I got saved and was baptized in water and the whole nine that I started to realize, I started thinking back and I'm like, you know what? God's been tapping me a long time. I was just too stupid to realize it. I was too ignorant. I was too proud. Pride can be a real downer if you let it. So, keep an eye out for the signals. Keep your eyes out, because they're going to be all around you. The signs are there. Don't be stupid like I was and be blind to it. Open your eyes. See. And I pray that somebody hears if I can get one person to hear my words today and come in agreement with me, then you know what? Then I did what I needed to do. So, in closing, I'd just like to say God bless. I'm happy to be out here today, repping my church, and just want to give it up to God and give all glory to Him. All things through Him are possible, and I'm consider it an honor just to be looking at everybody right now, because like I said, I should be dead multiple times. So you know what? That's obvious to me that y'all gonna be stuck with me for a while longer. God wants me to do something, so I'm hopefully doing it right now. God bless y'all. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you around again. All right? Thank you. God bless. Oh God, 'cause I'm a selfish man.